Hey, everybody. Hope you've had a great week. Hope you enjoyed your Valentine's Day. We've got zoo animals today. If you want to order an Ask Amy question, then you just go to awakenedalliance.org and click on Ask Amy Q&A, and then you order $33 per question. So that's how that works. And one of you was like, so when does this come out? And I'm like, it says in the description. You guys need to read the description on these things sometimes. Most of you are really good about that. So, but some of you, it's like, come on, what? Read the directions, read the description. I videotape these on Monday mornings, and I let you guys know that almost every time I video these or I make these videos. Just so you know, and you usually cannot, if you order on Monday, you may or may you're really taking a risk on whether you're going to get in that week or not. But this week, those who ordered on Monday got in. So because I didn't video on Monday, I videoed on Valentine's Day. So here we go. There were like a bunch of bells and whistles and things popping up all over the place before I made this video. So it could be that some kind of surprise is coming in for you. Also, they wanted me to talk about what is that saying? Like, as it is above, it's so below, or something like that. So one good reason to stay present in the moment, like I talk about all the time, is because you stay even keel. And Byron Katie's work does this too. It helps you to stay really even keel and not go wonky with all your emotions all over the place. Because the more that you experience extreme highs, you're going to experience just as many things down low. Remember when I made that video pretty recently and I said, oh my gosh, I'm having all these incredible miracles, but all these like tower moments too. And it's like whoosh all over the place. So that just means that that it's a reminder to balance out your energy, to keep it, because I'm like super, super high vibe, like happy, dancing around and stuff. So of course that's going to bring some equal energy to balance that out. So just remember to take everything in stride. If you have something exciting happen, just remind yourself, or something really bad happen, just remind yourself it's all about balance. It's all about keeping everything in perspective, and you never know whether something is truly a blessing or a curse, a blissing or a curse, because everything is essentially neutral. And it's all love, even the bad stuff. I know people don't like to hear that, but it's just true. It's all just as it's supposed to be. It's all playing a role. It's all there to, essentially help us, even if it appears to be bad in that moment. So it's all there to support us, support our growth, and all of that. So everything has a divine purpose to it. So don't, try to keep doing soul searching and try to keep processing things so that you can stay totally cool. So like some of you get really like codependent. It's like if the relationship that you want isn't there, you crash. And when it's there, you're really high. And then it's like if that disappoints you, you come down. And then if it excites you, you go up. And it's just, you're letting other people and situations control you. So the trick is to get better and better at handling it all with a lot of grace. It's super exciting. You're just like, this is nice. Let's see how it unfolds. Just stay really, let's not jump to conclusions and not make it the most incredible thing that's ever happened to you in the whole wide world. And then, don't make the fact that they, don't call as much anymore, or didn't do something special for you on Valentine's Day or whatever. Don't make that like a bad thing. Just ride the waves of life and try to stay as even keel as you can. If you don't want those. Okay. So it's just, yeah, detachment. I just heard some of you say detachment. Yeah, totally. You got to stay detached from things. Okay. So, and actually going into that, we have our first reading today is like a perfect example of this. And I'm about to show you. Okay, we have a zebra. All right. Hi, Amy. My DM and I reconnected in conversation about 8 months after no contact, just as you said in a previous reading. He came in saying the most heartwarming things, which surprised me, and how you explain in your videos sometimes that they blindside us when they come in a good way. He said that he wanted to be there for me and that he has to moderate himself or else he would be reaching out and talking to me every day, etc. Even though he never even attempted in 8 months previously. He's married to a karmic now. Then the next day, after saying all of this, he completely ghosted me and we haven't spoken since. I thought we were getting closer on the road to some healing, and I thought I was seeing more maturity from him and got happy. I was warm and receptive as you advised us to be, and had done the inner work to forgive and change myself from our last separation's lessons, which ended in harsh conversation. Nice work. So I'm just wondering, what is he thinking right now after such nice things, then going completely cold and ghosting so abruptly when things were going so well, reconnecting? He has to know he is doing it at this point. My journey is everything you explain in your videos like a script. Thank you for your guidance. Okay. So one of the things that I explain in my videos, and I'm about to pull some cards on this, is that if they're, hi baby, if they're with a karmic, you guys shouldn't be reconnecting or doing any of that. I mean, it's great that he did that in the sense that he's showing you, he was testing the waters, really. He was trying to see if you'd be receptive before he leaves his karmic, probably. So they like to dip their toe in the water and feel safe before making a move. So if the fact that there's so many different reasons that they pull back especially when they're with a karmic. Now, I wouldn't even have been encouraging conversation at that point. If he's still with this person, you guys shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't be doing nothing. You guys should be just it's great if he apologized and he went to make amends and all of that stuff. I mean, there's always good in that. But you guys should not be like continuing. I wouldn't have had that expectation if that was me. If they have a karmic, I would just be like, thank you so much for reaching out. That was wonderful. Now let me know when you've broken up, because you don't want to create that dynamic of you being the other person and them having like this emotional affair with you. And or unless he's really telling you, look, I really want to be with you, but I'm in a really strange situation I can't get myself out of, and you guys like are on the same page and you understand what's going on. That might be like a different situation. But it's yeah. So of course he didn't continue to talk to you because he hadn't broken up with her. At least it doesn't look like. You said he's in a karmic marriage now. So that would be the first thing I would say is don't expect anything, definitely not from somebody who's already in a relationship. And number two, when masculines expose themselves like that, when they're totally vulnerable with you, if they're not totally ready, then they get scared and they run away again. Until they keep, every time they do that, it's like they exercise their muscle in being vulnerable and being honest and being authentic. She gets the cutest looks on her face. So if you Yeah, they exercise that muscle until they feel like, okay, I think I could live in this space. I'm not just trying it out. I'm not just playing a role for a minute. I'm actually like, I really feel like I could live in that space. That feels good. It feels like me. Then they reassess, they pull back, and they take a look at it. So don't be offended by it. In fact, if you're doing Byron Katie's work, which it doesn't sound like you're doing, but I would highly advise it, then you would have a lot of really great stuff to do the work on. You would be like, it means that he doesn't like me, that he pulled back, because he pulled back, it means he doesn't like me, which is totally not even true, not even close to it. It's as if you think that because he shared all these feelings with you, you're shocked that now he doesn't seem to have feelings for you. I don't know why you would go there if you've watched my videos. They always love you. They will always love you for the rest of their lives. You were stuck in their head forever. You're the girl that got away until they can have you. There's that love is never going anywhere, guys. The whole reason that you get triggered in my video that's in my videos tab on my website, stepping into your power actually explains as a feminine, you were supposed to go through that so that you feel abandoned, so that you feel insecure, so that you feel like it's your fault or whatever it is, so that you can heal it. And I also explained in the video that's also on my videos tab that the divine masculines and the divine masculines ultimate test, they go through this whole maturing process. And it's not just like they stay away from you for a million years and then they come up and, necessarily. Some of them do that, but don't be expecting some kind of like miracle magic and then all of a sudden he shows up and he's perfect, especially if he's still in the marriage, if he's still in the relationship. Obviously, if he's still in the relationship, he's got work to do, but I totally feel like he is probably, even a lot of these masculines are dealing with addictions and things. I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled back, and they don't want you to know they're a work in progress. It hurts their ego. They're not going to go, oh, well, I have to go take care of an addiction. Now that I know that you're going to take me, now that I know that you're receptive, I'm going to go take care of this addiction finally. They're not going to tell you that. And they're not going to tell you, they're not going to tell you, I feel like a coward in one area of my life. I really got to work on that. I really have to have better boundaries with my mother or whatever. They're not going to tell you that stuff. He told you the stuff that you needed to know right now, which is that he loves you, he wants to be with you, or whatever he told you that like felt so incredible and which was true, you know. And so I would just be grateful. I'd be grateful for the interaction. I'd be appreciative of the information, and I wouldn't take it personally that he pulled away at all. There's no reason to take it personally at all. Like zero reason. And there's no reason to be surprised that he ghosted you. That's what they do. That's what they do, and while they're growing, and when they're ready, they will be done with the karmic and they will sound very grounded, kind of like he did, but he's testing the waters yet. And he'll be ready to go. He'll let you know, like let's, and be prepared for that too, because that could be just as startling. And he could be like, okay, let's move in together. Okay, I've got this place I've been thinking of us going to, and yeah, I may want to marry you. Like leave one, go right to the other, kind of thing. So I'm gonna look at his cards real quick. Yeah, you're his wish fulfillment, and he wants to lay the burden down right off the bat. He thinks you're incredibly mature, so good job on how you were handling him. He's feeling a little insecure about something. Let's see what that is. Yeah, he felt so in his heart, he's feeling so much rapport with you and just wants the end of this difficult period, wants to make you some kind of romantic gesture to go to the next level. Of course, it is Valentine's Day, so it makes sense why that's in his heart right now. But he's wanting to reach out to you, but he's feeling a little insecure. Let's see why. Yeah, he wants in the future, though, he steps into his power and he talks to you anyway. So it's just that you're everything he's ever wanted, and he wants to start making an effort to create a good foundation with you and start like cooperating with you on building a life. And being that you have the emperor and the empress, that those are like the ultimate, like you guys are like a match made in heaven. You guys are perfect for each other, and he knows it. He's acknowledging that. and he's a little worried things will start going really, really fast. Tons of communication, tons of, like, and it will. I think he's just kind of like he told you the truth. You said that he even told you that I have to monitor myself or moderate myself, or I would be freaking out doing this. This is the popcorn card. Once one kernel starts going off, all of a sudden the whole thing blows up. So he is trying to keep a nice even keel, like I was just talking about. Like he's trying to be nice and cool, so he doesn't like, I don't know, do something rash or something. But he wants to build something really tangible with you. He's really thinking of how to make this happen or how to make an offer to you, like a big offer. And he's trying to get up the courage. Yeah, and he's getting a divorce. I see that in the cards. He doesn't want you going to anyone else. He has a lot of regret over keeping you out in the cold like he did. I think a part of him kept him back thinking you would be angry at him again. And now that you've been so receptive, he feels kind of stupid. He's like, God, why didn't I talk to her sooner? I wanted to, you should know also, if you watch my videos on my playlist, that they don't like the karmics like they like their feminines. They it lures them in somehow. They're, the karmics kind of manipulate them into a relationship because they find like, oh, they know just what to say and do to hook them. But it's not, I mean, it's, sometimes they love them in a way, but it's nothing like what they have with their divine feminine at all. So that whole relationship, that whole marriage, he would have wanted you. And I mean, if you knew each other before the marriage took place, then he probably was just trying to escape that love, because it's very frightening for them. All right, so I'm going to take a look at these ghoster cards. We'll look at the ghoster cards for the ghoster. I want to call, see, the cards even say what he said. I want to call or visit so badly, but I have to do so much right now before I feel like I can give you the time and attention you deserve. But I'm working you up my list of priorities. That's a promise. So he's got to take care of a lot of stuff right now before he can give you what you deserve. So let him take care of that in the background. You just be patient and work on your insecurities. I'm about to reach out again, but I'm so nervous I can't hardly stand it. So much to explain and apologize for. Just give me a moment to get ready so I don't mess this up. See, he loves you. Don't get insecure and get all, taking it personal. Just know that he's coming up. He's now regrouping, and then he's going to come forward even stronger. And when it comes to special occasions, I'm like a deer in the headlights. I get very scared. I'm afraid to get involved and do something to screw it up and go down that rabbit hole. So I'm just not ready to do that. I'm sorry, I can't. I feel like you're too good for me. I'm afraid once you get to know me better, you won't want me and could find somebody better. I'm thinking of you right now, and it's putting a smile on my face. I can't wait till we're face to face. I always get giddy the closer I get to coming to see you, and I'm closer than you might think. So just, yeah, he's also feeling insecure about, like, are you temptation just like the last one was? Or is this actually for real? I feel like you're too good for me. I feel like you could find somebody better. Like, he's just feeling insecure. And so he's got to regroup a minute. But definitely go back to doing that work on yourself about whatever insecurities came up around that. And he'll be back. He'll definitely be back. Okay. A dear. Amy, thank you for my reading earlier this week. You truly are amazing. You're welcome. I just want to say thank you once again for everything. No questions. Just appreciate the extra time you took with me to make my daughter, make sure my daughter was taken care of. Forever grateful. Thank you so much. That is so sweet. What do I have for you? I have, like, I'm trying to look for some kind of an oracle card. I can't believe I don't have any oracle cards around. That's funny. Okay, I'll give you some messages from Spirit. I'll do that. I don't know why I feel like doing like It depends. It depends on the person, I guess. But I usually feel like giving back for the tip. Thank you. I know you're tipping me like for already doing something extra, but I don't know. We got a little deer up, so I'll give you something here. Affirm through visualization, belief, and saying it out loud that you have all you need, and it will appear in your reality. Doubt is the only thing that can slow its arrival. Oh, and I heard it's coming like a locomotive, whatever you've been wanting. No one is to blame. You just see the advantages and benefits from where you are and go from there. So that is might be a little indicator that you need to do the thank you God for my misery exercise. You're in this to inspire and be the example. A setback is just a chance to regroup and get creative. You might even come up with a better plan as a result. Embrace the opportunity and try to see this through new eyes. When you feel afraid, do the deeper healing work around it rather than avoiding it. And then you're handling yourself better than you think. So keep it up. Learn to be more fluid and flexible rather than seeing things the way you always have. It's time to evolve past this. And congratulations, you're leveling up right now. So let it go. So let go and of what has been and allow new to come in for it to be as smooth as possible. You have so much to look forward to. Yay. Okay. Guess I'll put that there. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the tip. Some of you asked me, like, how do I tip you? I think I'm gonna have on my new website, I'm gonna have a way that you can just push a button and tip. But for now, some of you have opted to just pick do an Ask Amy and just give me a tip that way. So I really appreciate when you guys do that. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so Giraffe. Okay, thank you for sharing your amazing gifts, Amy. We appreciate you very much. Well, thanks. My dog is a rescue and very sweet. She's been very subtle. She has very subtle bathroom cues, and although she's with me most of the day, sometimes she still goes in the house. If you're able, I would love to know whatever you can find out about her and maybe help me with what I'm missing. Thank you in advance. You're welcome. Okay, so how much is she not take in Sase? All right. I would definitely spend just take a day when you have like a day off and you don't have any reason, and it's nice weather. And I would go outside, go out front or out back or whatever, just go outside with her in the yard. Usually there's a fence or something that you would just let them out. Let's just say you have a fenced in yard, and so you open the door for her to go out to the bathroom and stuff. Go out there and just wait for a very long time. Even if it takes hours, just sit with a book, listen to something on the radio or take a video or whatever you got to do, but just camp out for quite a while. And when she goes to the bathroom, when you notice her going to the bathroom, quietly praise her. You don't go, you might scare her if you're too excited, but you just want to be like, good girl, go potty, good girl. So when you catch her, tell her she's a good girl and then go back inside. And then you could go out every hour or so and say, okay, time to go outside. You could set a timer and then go out, and in about an hour, come on, honey, let's go outside. And then you go outside and you do it again, and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait. And it could be hours again. And then when she goes potty, tell her she's a good girl and go back inside. Do something like that. Also, another trick is to put some sleigh bells on a leather strip, hang it on the door. And then every time that you let her out to go to the bathroom, you cling the bells on the door against the door. And so you say, do you want to go outside? And then you hit the bells and then open the door and let her out. You could have her sniff it so that she makes the association with the nose and the bells. Sniff the bells, ching them, open the door, and do that every time. Look at the bells. Yeah, ching them, open the door. And that way she gets the idea that if she chings the bells, then she's able to go outside and go to the bathroom. But the idea between that, like with that first day of making sure, like, spend most of your time outside. You could even plan to spend the entire day outside, except for, like I said, if she goes to the bathroom, then she gets to go in. So you're almost like reversing it. Usually you're inside, and if she wants to go to the bathroom, she goes outside. But you're going to flip this. You're going to flip the whole scenario by being outside and only going inside if she goes to the bathroom. So it might change her psychology around it. Okay, what else? The bells. If until you know that she's potty trained, I would get like a pen or get baby gates, so she is only in the room that you're in. And I would just watch her very closely. If she's they pace or they whine. If they have to go to the bathroom, usually they'll pace. So if you see anything like that, you just pick her up real quick and take her outside and hit the bells and go out. But once you do the bells thing, they feel a lot more comfortable about it. And if she's little, I don't know what size she is, but you might want to get smaller bells rather than big bells, because that could intimidate her or make too loud of a noise. So, make it to where it like makes sense for her. But I'm going to tell her right now, I'm going to explain to her about going to the bathroom. I'm not sure that in itself would do the trick, because I can tell them an idea and I can, let them know how you're feeling about it or whatnot. But just like a person, it's like, you can tell a kid that you want them to go to bed at 8 o'clock every night, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to do it, because they might be enjoying themselves and they might forget that they have to pee outside or whatever, not the kid. Hopefully not the kid. You know what I mean? Okay. Namashishena taiken sase ela hapa hana ain. Shishishin kipi hupumpa ma'ansan sela tain. She says that sometimes you're really into something and you're concentrating, so she doesn't want to disturb you. So I'm going to encourage her to cry or to do something. If you get some kind of noisemaker by the door, it would help. There's also, some people have like a little pad, like a little bell that goes off. You could look it up, but you could put like a pad where if they press on it, then it does the same thing. It makes a sound that chimes. That's usually a yes. So she might like that more. Or you could rig it to where a bell goes off if she does, you could come up with something creative. But it's like it's a doormat bell. Maybe you look it up by doormat bell. How much shishin he not pumpa maan. Tahin sa she la pana takin. She na maan. Okay, she said she would make an effort. She said she'll make an effort. It really honestly was, she's pretty shy, so she doesn't feel real comfortable making it obvious she wants to go outside. She doesn't want to disrupt you or anything either. So give her an easy way that she can do that in her subtle way that she prefers, and she'll let you know. Okay. Tyga. Hi, Amy. I have been having a ton of very scary is that having a ton of scary voices and encounters that are eating at my mental health. Please help me. Okay. All right. Hepa ana shishinkein. Te hina pamaan. Te na ta shishinkein. Hala apo homaan sanse. Hala ina aiken. Okay, so what I'm getting is that you definitely you have to stop thinking so much. I think it started with you overthinking and over worrying. So that is where it started to go wrong. That's where it started to kind of go off the rails. So definitely practice meditating. And I do actually feel like you can, because they told me. But just for 5 minutes, just make a crack in your consciousness. Just make a crack in your thinking and start to part. You're not going to be able to part the whole sea, but you can start stepping through the sea, until it finally starts parting around you. So the sea would be the thinking in this example. So just for 5 minutes, several times a day, just sit quietly and you could focus on a point and then be the observer of you watching that point. Like right now, I'm looking at a tree, kind of a bush tree thing. So I'm looking at the tree and I am imagining that I am standing in front of myself, looking right back at my own face. That's kind of transparent as I'm looking at the tree. So I am aware that someone is watching me, but it's me. I know that it's me. It's my consciousness watching myself while I'm looking at the tree. But if you sit there and you do that for several minutes, then it is going to bring some peace to you, and it's going to bring some space in your consciousness, and it's going to break the habit or the pattern. I would stop doing anything that's really habitual to, like playing on video games all the time or watching TikTok all the time, or anything that that's kind of addictive over and over and over and over and over and over and over, because that is one thing that kind of hooks you into your ego. It hooks you into the overthinking thing. So take time to be quiet. Take time to just sit in the room and look around and appreciate and see what's there without thinking too much about it. Just enjoy it. Take in the sounds. You could put your hand on your heart and say, I love you. I love you. It's okay if you're scared. It's okay if you're overthinking. It's okay if you're hearing voices. It's okay. I also just got a product in my mind called Mintran, Mintran, by Standard Process. I feel like you may even only need to take it when you start having anxiety, and you just take one or two, whatever works for you. And I feel like you'd only need to take it for like a month or so, and it feels like it could calm you down enough. They're also saying do Qigong at least 3 times a day if you can, because it recharges your batteries, it helps you settle down, it heals your body, and it puts a light energy around you where it's going to keep things from coming into you and influencing you in a bad way. So now things could still happen around you in your environment. People could still like send black magic or something to certain things, but well, that's all going away now too, just so you know. Anybody who's been attacked like crazy, like through black magic, that's about to be kiboshed. Yeah, that's about to be they're not having the grip they used to anymore. So that is fading away, and they're kind of getting desperate doing other things because they can't do that anymore. It's really not having much of an effect because our consciousness is rising as a collective. So they're having to come up with their plan B and C and D and F and all that. So don't fall for their tricks. Okay, another thing. I'm actually feeling like if you hum a lot, it'll help. Yeah, so as you're going around humming or toning. Oh yeah, the Qigong that I would recommend is in my resources page, and it's called More Energy, More Life. Distract yourself with activities that pull your consciousness in, like coloring in a coloring book. When you color in your coloring book, or you organize, or you do whatever, maybe listen to some music and don't think. Don't just try to turn your thinker off. Your thinker is going to mess you up every time. In fact, the only thing that I would ever even use your thinker for is math. Honestly. Other than that, it's going to mess you up. If you try to think of like what you should do with your life or anything like that, and you have to listen to your intuition from your heart is what you got to listen to with that. So, but you can't listen to your intuition unless your heart is quiet. So, and they're also saying that I can remove an entity for you. So let me do that. Hepima upon shashe lahaiken. Halanata sheshena tapu mama haken haalan. Papa shushin. Tahikin sase lahashishin kihi na ahike he na ai haha la sunset saying shishikin tataitain haha ashe he ekelaan haha ma ana takina ai hala sunset shihi laha ekens sasa he shishin ki he na aho pumuma on ha la sunset shikiratina ha he sunset in he pampa shishihi la anake ha pana shinshi hala hansan sela hey shishinke na pona ha pom hama hala sanse shi. I'm cleaning your place now of that energy that was there. Hala sanse shi la pena taike. They're saying frankincense and myrrh, incense would be good. Hepa or nagchampa, or sage, shishe or sweetgrass, shishe la na pe pai an hana change hina aike hala. They say stare out your window without thinking. Make it like a meditative practice that you do frequently throughout the day for just a few minutes every day. I mean, all throughout the day. You know what I mean? Watch what you eat. Watch what you eat as well. And drink. Taken. I think you need to do a metal detox because it feels like there are nanobots too that are trying to control your thinking. I would avoid drinking any tap water too. I would get yourself a distiller if you can and distill your water and drink it from that homemade distilled water. You feel a lot better. You feel a lot more relaxed right now. But you're gonna sleep really good. I've also cleared your animals. All right, so I'm gonna get some advice from spirit as well. Don't take things too seriously. Just laugh it off and trust a solution will present itself at the perfect time and in the perfect way. So remember to have a sense of humor about it all. We dare you to ask us to show you just how much you're loved. Wow. So say that prayer. You're not getting that apology or thing you think they owe you, so stop giving your power away. You yourself give you what you need or the words you need to heal, not them. You're in this to inspire and be the example. Always align with your highest truth and speak from that place for the best outcome for everyone involved. Live your truth. It may seem lonely at the top, but is the drama worth your peace? The kingdom of God is within you. You have heaven and earth. You can have heaven and earth, but you must let go of everything else to truly have it all. Congratulations, you're leveling up right now. So let go of what has been and allow the new to come in for it to be as smooth as possible. Do that thing that stretches your faith. You won't be disappointed. Okay. Hope that helped. Love to your little ones. Snake. Hi, Amy. Thank you in advance for answering my question. My boyfriend and I recently broke up because he was doing hurtful things behind my back that he wasn't honest about. It felt like he had done a form of emotional cheating on me, not physical though. He wrote me this letter expressing how he's willing to change in order to prove himself to me again. He also expressed how regretful and sorry he is about the situation and told me that he thinks I'm his twin flame. Can you feel into this and let me know if he's genuine about his words and if it's worth my time and effort to give him another chance? I would also like to know if he's my twin flame soulmate or what this connection is. Thank you. Okay. Hema shishi he na ke and sase. Hep he na ashen. Hele pema ampa tain. Hapama O'Shane. Is he a twin flame? Is he a soul flame? Is he a soulmate? Is he? They're not specifying. They're saying, oh, hang on a minute. He's a karmic true love or a karmic altogether. Or let's see. Let me get into his psyche for a minute. Hang on. I think it's possible you could, when I first read your note, I thought you could be a karmic, because that's usually how a karmic would describe their situation. The emotional cheating would be with his divine feminine. So if you have had to squeeze a square peg into a round hole your whole relationship, and it's been very difficult to make it happen, and you don't really love him for who he truly is, like if you're not just absolutely madly in love with how he is with you naturally and how you guys just totally get each other, like with no one else. And if it's felt magical and incredible and synchronistic and all of these signs and synchronicities, and you went through a time where you were apart from each other and it was agonizing, and oh my gosh, and if he doesn't feel like, if it was a soulmate, it would feel like your very best friend in the whole world. You never have any conflicts or any fights and everything, nothing goes wrong. It's so easy. If neither of those scenarios describe your situation, you could be a karmic, meaning that you just saw a guy in a great opportunity to make yourself more secure in life, or to make yourself look better, or to, like, he just kind of checked off all your boxes, then you probably is karmic. And I bet you that person that he's been having an emotional affair on is that divine feminine, that the one who's actually for him. Because because I felt when he said that he was your twin flame, for some reason, I felt like he was trying to tell you that because he actually has been looking into the terminology because of the other gal. And I also felt like he could be saying it to try to get you back, because they really want to people please you, if that's the case. Do I have this right? Is she the karmic? I do feel you could be the karmic. So, which would mean that you are now, from the way that you've been reflecting on it, and you're not sure if you should waste your time in all of that. I think that's some really good reflection. And I think that the more that you start to grow and empower yourself into not align with anything that isn't totally authentic for you, that isn't just, perfect for you naturally and easily, then and you start getting into living more in your integrity and living more in your strength and in your truth, and like just start growing, then you're going to become the divine feminine. And as the divine feminine, you're going to have your own masculine who's going to come in at the perfect time. And you're going to have this whole song and dance that I talk about all the time on this channel. If you want to learn more about the different types of true love, go to my All About True Love playlist and watch one of the talks where I talk about the different types of true love. That'll really put some things in perspective. So I do feel, let's see here. He's transforming and he's healing. He's reassessing things. And he's lying. Yeah, it's maybe he's working on the lying. He could also be trying to sneak in a breakup. He's hoping you might break up with him. Okay. Yeah, he wants to heal that he's been people pleasing you. But he does want to do the right thing too. So it's like he wants to, I do feel that you're causing him to go through. See, and that's one thing the karmic relationships do, is they really improve the divine masculine so they can be with their divine feminines even better. So you're kind of like their boot camp for their feminine. So I don't know if I want to see how you feel about him in your heart of hearts. I just heard you say you don't like him. There's quite a bit you don't really like or get about him. I think he irritates you a lot. He's a bit annoying. You just wish he would behave. Yep, that totally sounds like a karmic. Yes, look at that. So yes. So yeah, he gives you a lot of conflict, internal conflict, like wishing he'd behave. Maybe you've been doing your own people pleasing to be with him, just to have somebody. Maybe you just don't want to be alone. And I just got a yes with that. So I don't know, just be really honest with yourself. And I might even like, depending on how mature you want to be about it, you might just have one of those moments where you're just like, are we really happy together? Do you think we're really like, do you think we're really meant to be? Because it seems like a heck of a lot of work. And you might just have a heart to heart with him and be like, how do you feel about this other person? Maybe that's your person. Are you seeing a lot of signs and synchronicities about that person? Do you see their name everywhere? Do you know? It depends on if you feel like you would want to like just do the, I don't know. People are really in a different place. You might be really mad and you might just kick him out or something, but I don't know. That's what it feels like. But it feels like you're going to go through a healing of all of this. Yeah, it looks like you're about to kick him out. And I think it's a good thing because it's really, yeah, you're about to become single. That's what it looks like. And I think it's great because he can go find his person or go, you know, express his love to his person. And you can bring somebody really awesome in for you as well. Once you've done like some really good self-evaluation and yeah. And the reason I say that is because you kind of graduate, a karmic can graduate into the divine feminine, where you're starting to manifest everything that you want. So if you have a sucky job and you complain about this and complain about that all the time, and oh my gosh, everybody just irritates the hell out of you right now, and you're just kind of fed up with the whole thing, maybe it's time to go start a new life. You know, maybe it's time to go start fresh and do something adventurous and fun and go find yourself, you know, find your inner strength. You're handling yourself better than you think. Keep it up. Don't let anyone else tell you who you are. Whatever you're seeing in another, see that it's also in you, both the bad and the good. See only you and not the differences between you, and you'll find peace. So make sure that I would look up the thank you God for my misery exercise on my channel, and I would do that with all these different aspects of that relationship. Don't doubt your intuition. You're not making it up. Learn to be more fluid and flexible rather than seeing things the way you always have. It's time to evolve past this. You know in your gut this isn't right. Please just let go. You're clinging too tightly to what you want as if it's eluding you. This is only pushing it away. Have faith it's coming because it is, and it might just be a new man who's perfect for you. So I hope that helps. And it's kind of cool. I don't usually get the opportunity to talk to a karmic very often. So I'm glad that you trusted me to talk to me about this situation and see what's really there. Because you probably already knew that. I have this suspicion. Maybe you came out because I put out that video for the karmics recently and you appreciated it. So that would be great if that's what happened. All right. Because I would really like to be able to help the karmics out of their situation too, because they're not being loved properly that way either. Okay. 5562. I have 4 dogs and 3 are in foster care right now. I lost my housing in October and had to rent a room, so a friend took them to her dog rescue to foster them until I can get another home of my own. Recently, my friend said that I had to take my 9-year-old lab home as she couldn't take care of them anymore because she was barking nonstop and making things miserable. My roommate said yes, we could bring her home, and we brought her in a week ago on Saturday. Turns out she has an infected sinus gland on the right side of her face. She had surgery on in July, but it's abscessed again. Oh, can you please do a healing on this for her? Absolutely. Also, she's very aggressive towards other dogs and roommates and my roommate's kitten. It's making it very difficult in the house with her behavior. Can you communicate with her and see if she'd be nice with the other animals? And then lastly, can you check on my other 3 dogs to see how they are doing and help them understand why they can't come home yet? So just so you know, you ordered 1 question and those were 3 questions. So that would be $33 per question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on her infection because that's most important. And I'm going to have a talk with her. I'm going to allow spirit to, when I do this blissing, to let her know, knowing that full situation, like whatever spirit wants to show her or tell her right now. Okay. Ooh, that thing's nasty. I feel like she's wanting attention. Hey, Pam, it's like almost kind of like a bullies to get attention because they don't feel like they are being seen. You know what she'd really like? I think she'd like to learn something like a skill or an ability, like agility or something. Like she could really use a challenging training. I feel like if she had some really good training, she would be excited and proud of herself, and she would get that attention that she wants. Spirit is telling the other 3, about the situation where you need to find a home, and they understand. They miss you like crazy, but they understand. Now Spirit's talking to her about how you want the harmonious home. I believe Caesar Milan has some pretty good videos about keeping dogs from barking too much if you want to look him up. Teaching your dog to speak sometimes can stop them from barking too much. Like put it on command. If you know how to clicker train, or maybe learn how to clicker train and click and praise her when she's barking, but on command. Then you can do quiet. You could do quiet, good girl, and then speak, good girl. Quiet, good girl, speak, good girl. So teach the difference. Teach her the difference between the two using the clicker. That way you get the timing down, and she'll start to really get them. She'll know, okay, this is what speak is, and this is what quiet is. So generally speaking, Spirit is bringing peace and love and harmony to the whole, encompassing the whole situation. Okay. Hope that helps. I would love to hear a report back. Okay, Lion. $55.66. Hello, beautiful Amy. So, hello. So, I've been an actress my entire life, but it's been a real struggle. Wanted to leave it alone because I want because I was told that it wasn't in my life plans to be an actress in this lifetime. Don't let anybody tell you that. I've always been taking care of my mom, which is how I've been able to get by financially, barely. I feel like I put my eggs in the wrong basket and been feeling stuck for most of my life. What do you feel is the next step for me? Also, people are waiting for me to make a decision on whether or not to go get new agents and have a clean slate or to drop the acting thing once and for all. Okay, so we're looking at your next step and whether you should continue acting or not. Do you love it? If you love it, don't give it up. And we're all being drawn to what's authentic for us right now. So if you really actually enjoy it and really love doing it, and it's like a passion, it's not like a way that you're thinking it would be great to make money, like, hey, that would be a really fun career. Let's, like if it's more idealistic because you think that if you were to do it, you could make so much money that you would be, if it's about money, if it's about making money or being famous or any of that stuff, I wouldn't do it. I would probably give up on that dream. Only because I just feel like we're really being pulled toward what is truly authentic for us. Like, what would you get up and be so excited to go do every day? Even if you were paid nothing for it. What would you, what are you naturally talented at? Do you find that that you act on a regular basis and people like laugh and they're just like, oh my gosh, you are such an actress? Or do you find that you do it all the time, like in the record store or in the grocery store, or like you just might all of a sudden act really dramatic and say something with the cereal box, or do you go, like a singer, somebody who's naturally drawn to sing would probably sing everywhere she went and just naturally always be thinking of songs in their heads and how they could make that song better. And so it tends to like permeate your entire life and you can't get away from it. You're just always being that way or acting that way or wanting to, or dreaming of acting, like literally dreams. Or, you get your friend together and you're like, hey, can I play this part with you? Let's pretend that, it's like it would be like a part of your life all the time because you love it so much. So if that's the case, if you really, 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 really love it, then do it, but don't expect to get paid. Just like anyone who wants to start a new life, I say the same thing, like go to that city you're drawn to that you feel excited about. Don't be expecting to make money at it when you first get there. You're going to have to get a job at Starbucks, or like I went to Home Depot. When I moved to Boulder, I went to Home Depot and worked there. And I worked at a bookstore, the Lighthouse Bookstore, for a while too. And I did that to make ends meet. So it took the pressure off me having to make money, but then I could do what I really loved, which was the readings and stuff. So eventually life started to support what I was actually meant to do, which is the thing that I loved. So it just take action steps going towards those things that you love. So if where do actors go? Who do actors know? Where do actors hang out? Go figure all that out and be in the community. Act as if you were an actor already. Just go live that life and that lifestyle and make it your own. Practice a lot. Get scripts. Rehearse a lot. Ask your friends, did I do a good job? Be honest with me, make some sample videos even and send them to friends and be like, is this stupid or did I do a good job? And give them the premise of it. This is about somebody who did this, that, and the other thing. And here's what I'm supposed to do. Here's the role that I'm playing. Okay, now watch me and tell me what you think. Get an honest opinion of people, or even go out in public and interview people on the street and be like, hey, would you listen to something for like 5 minutes and give me your absolute honest opinion? You promise to God that you're going to tell me something bad if it's bad and good if it's good. Okay, just watch this, please. And have them watch it on your phone or on a tablet or whatever, and then give their honest opinion and be like, thank you. I didn't know whether I should pursue this or not, but you guys really made me feel great about this today. So follow your passion, follow where it's leading you, get some honest opinions, get some training, go to a voice coach if you need as well. Go to an acting coach, go to get all the skills and abilities you need. Usually to be an actor, you got to have like other skills as well. So it'd be good to get training in music or anything like that. And you can get into it. I think you can get into it at any age, because I've seen a lot of people get in when they're a little bit older too. Don't let anyone define you. Like you were saying, somebody said that that's just like not on the cards for you in this lifetime. Don't listen to anybody's phony baloney. If it's something that you feel excited about and you feel really good about, then that's absolutely for you, because God places those desires on our heart for a reason. God doesn't go, oh, I'm going to make you want this thing so bad and you just can't have it. Ha ha ha, not in the cards in this lifetime, perhaps another one. You wouldn't have that desire placed on your heart if it wasn't something you're supposed to be drawn to in this lifetime for whatever reason. Maybe you are all into it because you're going to have a kid, and then your kid ends up being the most incredible actress because you were so into it that you trained your kid to be a great actress. Maybe it's that. But it might have something, or maybe you're going to be ending up in being a drama teacher and teaching kids how to act or something. Not that you'd have those credentials, but I'm just saying, or you'll be in a camp and you'll teach kids how to act or something like that might happen. So I'm just saying that there can be many. It may not mean you're going to be in Hollywood or whatever, but also keep this in mind too, is I feel like that industry is going to morph a lot in the times to come. Yeah, and I won't go into like, so well, it's the nefarious stuff that's been going on in our world right now, that world is tainted with, it's very satanic right now, but I believe that's making a shift and it's going to become more authentic later. And I feel like they're going to actually want real actors that are actually talented, that don't have all that tainted, messed up stuff in that industry right now, where they're actually looking for real talent, and that's going to be right up your alley when you get there. So I would practice a lot now, because you could be one of those up and coming actresses in your area, which I do feel like it's going to be more localized later. It's not going to be up on the big screen. They're not going to be these big old celebrity, it's going to be more like, hey, it's like going to be more like theater. Hey, we've got so-and-so coming to town, or or just like going to a local theater. I feel something like that. Or festivals. I just got the word festivals too, like acting festivals. That's kind of cool. And I feel like it's going to be more wholesome too. It's not going to be all, satanic. Lord. All right. So your other question was about, so they're waiting for you to make a decision, putting all your eggs in one basket, your mom. Oh, the next step for you. Yeah. Well, I guess they're both kind of in the same. Yeah, I think I answered both of those. So the next step would be go someplace where you feel like you're going to be surrounded by actors and actresses like you. Place that would be easy to go to a class, an acting class or something. Go, or buy a video, do what you can from home, train yourself from home, do all that stuff I just said. And join, I don't know if you can join a guild without actually being a professional actress yet, but whatever group you could be. I would do improv. I would do like comedy and improv too, because sometimes you really got to think quick on your feet and come up with stuff that's like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. I guess when that whole thing snapped and she laughed, that was totally unrehearsed. Richard Gere just did it to tease her to just be funny, and it totally worked. And it's one of those moments you'll never forget. It's like one of my favorite things looking back. So just improv would be good. Comedy and improv and music, some kind of instrument, be able to sing. Just build on your talents. And if it's not for you, if you're like, you know what, I think I was kind of thinking that would be something that would just kind of make my life easy for the rest of my life. That if I made it in, then everybody would see me in a certain way, or I'd finally have respect, And maybe I was in it for the wrong reasons. If that's what you're thinking, then I would just really assess right now what it is that you're really feeling drawn to, that you absolutely love to do. Is it animals? Is it children? Is it and then get involved in those types of things. So I think where you've kind of held yourself back is you haven't really followed your bliss. In any given moment, it doesn't have to be like a big deal, like, oh, I need to go follow my bliss and go to Hollywood and live there necessarily. But it should be that whenever you're drawn to it, go toward it. If you love kittens and you happen to see a box of kittens in front of a pet store, go over and, don't blow it off and say, oh, I'm in a hurry, I have to go do this, that, and the other thing. Like, stop everything and go toward your bliss and go pet that box of kittens and play with them for a minute. Just 1 minute isn't going to affect the overall timing of everything. Everything works out beautifully. And when you go toward your bliss and you listen to your heart and you listen to what your intuition or God is kind of trying to show you, then you're saying, yes, God, I'm ready for this. I've taken action on that prompting you just gave me, and I see this thing appearing before me that brings me joy. So I'm going to go toward it. Then it's like life starts working for you. It starts working with you because you're working with it. But it feels like you might be putting your blinders on a little bit. Like, I have to do this, and this is my obligation, this is my responsibility. I have to go do this, and I got to be back by here. It's all like boxed in. So you've got to start listening to those subtle hints and clues and the signs and synchronicities you're being shown, and start actually taking action on those things, like, immediately. Don't sit on it. Don't wait around for nothing. Be like, okay, so I feel inspired about this idea, and to go do that, I'm going to go do that right now. I'm going to go make a call right now. I'm going to go make a connection right now. You know, so go toward your bliss. Go follow your bliss. I'm going to pull some spirit cards. Be conscious of your breath and sensations in your body more often. Splitting your attention between your body and the material world increases your peace, vitality, and intuitive abilities. So maybe you need to quiet your mind and you're just overthinking a lot. Don't take things too seriously. Just laugh them off and trust a solution will present itself at the perfect time in the perfect way. Always align with your highest truth and speak from that place for the best outcome for everybody involved. Live your truth. Don't be people pleasing. I think it's time to make that move. What are you waiting for? Just do it. No harm can come to you. If you've been thinking that, no harm will come. When you feel afraid, do the deeper healing work around it rather than avoiding it. And please just let go. You're clinging too tightly to what it is that you want, as if it's eluding you. This is only pushing it away. Have faith it's coming, because it is. You can say, thank you, God, so much that my dreams are coming true. Thank you so much that everything's lining up so perfectly for me. Thank you that you're showing me all these incredible signs and synchronicities, showing me the perfect way to go on my path. Yes, a move or a trip would do you a world of good. Thank you so much that you're helping me and showing me just how to follow the signs and synchronicities to my best life. Thank you for all the incredible opportunities appearing before me that are letting me know and lighting the way. Thank you so much that I'm being provided the resources to be able to do it. I'm so excited that there are all these wonderful, lucrative opportunities presenting themselves to me at this time that are really making things fall together for me. I'm just so excited to get started. Use those affirmations. I feel so completely loved and supported in all ways and always. I feel like I won the lottery in every area of my life. I feel like the luckiest girl in the world, or the most blissed girl in the world. Feel eager anticipation. Wake up and feel eager anticipation and get started on your day. All right. So we're going to do the general blissing. I think we'll use a tree. While we're at it, let's bliss the trees. Let's bliss nature as well. So drop your shoulders and relax. Take a deep breath through your nose. In fact, I learned a breathing technique. I'll teach you real quick. Okay, so you take a deep breath, take it all in, and then do another one on top of it, and then slowly let everything come out. Okay, so it's really, really good for you to breathe through your nose as often as possible. Catch yourself breathing through your mouth and switch over to your nose. Okay. As long as it's within everybody's free will and for everybody's highest good, whatever you're wishing for when I do this blissing will be amplified. Okay. Hama shishena taiken sa se he la pum hom hama an. Hatatain kahi isha. Hela hena pum mama hana ike ens. Sa se shela hela pim pin. Tai he ke na tai shen she. Ha la hama ma ana haiken sa se she la ho hom hama ana taiken. Tai san se she la kens. Hapem poma homa ana ike shin ha ela san se. All right, you guys, have yourselves a beautiful day. And we will talk to you next week. If you want to order an Ask Amy Q&A, just go to awakenedalliance.org and go to Ask Amy Q&A and order a question. It's $33 per question. And I tape these every Monday morning. And then they come out Thursdays at, what time is it? Yeah. Just look in the description of the Ask Amy and it'll tell you. All right. Bye.